None of us have ever been caregivers before.
You don't really select yourself to be a caregiver. It just is more of a matter of circumstances.
I was hoping to get a better understanding of the total disease process.
I was just after understanding what Alzheimer's was.
I don't have patience, and now I have to learn the patience. I have to learn the caregiving role.
I was also just sort of looking for some ways to help my aunt and my mom do this a little bit better. I think it's hard to watch them get burned out.
You know, rationally, you know you should have a certain kind of reaction, but emotionally you have a different reaction.
Find yourself yelling at the person all the time, and you don't want to be that way. You know, you feel really bad about it, but you're frustrated. You don't know what to do.
Because I need help.
Okay, the next one we're going to watch is somebody who's at level 4.0. And these are sort of the attributes of a person who would be at that level of the disease. They would have limited attention, easily distracted, and would have difficulty with abstract thought. They need simple and familiar tasks with few steps. They know there's a goal, but they might need reminders about what we're doing. Clear trouble with memory, language, orientation, perception, and attention, all those things we talked about at the first week. They'll do things, but the quality of what they're doing, their performance is probably marginal. They need help organizing tasks, and they need short, concrete directions with visual cues. So we'll see if we see any of that in this one.
What did you do for your occupation, for your job?
I don't know what I did. I don't remember.
You don't remember.
Here you can see the therapist having a casual conversation with Rosemary. Note that her long-term memory is impaired as she can no longer recall what kind of work she did as an adult.
Well, do you think we should finish?
What do we get to do?
Do you remember what we were doing?
What?
What were we working on right before we sat down?
I don't know.
Here you can see that Rosemary has lost
making the
sight
pot
of
of
the
coffee?
original task and needs prompting
Should we go
to
check on
return
it?
to making the coffee.
Routines are good things. You know, for a person with Alzheimer's disease, if you could make every day the same, that would be a good thing. Because people will get used to routines and it begins to feel familiar, and people like that. When you throw curveballs at people and change the routine, that's when people tend to get stressed out and not do as well.
What I'm seeing now is that she is trying to do things that she hadn't done for a long time. It's like she's making this valiant fight or effort to get better or something. I don't know how to describe it. But there are things that she can't do because she always forgets one of the steps. But there are things that Randy and I always do. So how do I get her back to not trying to do these things she shouldn't be doing? Like the laundry, per se. I mean, she just loves to do the laundry, so we've gotten to where we'll jump in and get that done, so she doesn't realize we've done the laundry.
I would figure out a safe way for her to help you do the laundry, because I think she wants to be helpful to you.
Yeah,
and she doesn't want to be a burden. And so that's sort of compelling her to do it. But what's happening is she's getting in front of the washing machine and she's becoming overwhelmed by it, like I think might be going on with your mom and cooking the oatmeal. So what I would suggest is you try to find ways that you can allow her to help you with the laundry. Sorting it. You probably don't want her running the dials on the washing machine. People often put the dirty clothes in the dryer, or stop the washing machine before it gets through the spin cycle and put the sopping wet clothes in the dryer. So you don't want to get her in those kind of situations. But maybe, if Saturday's laundry day or whatever, maybe you have her fold the laundry.
if the person isn't capable of really handling dressing by themselves. Again, getting the distracting things out of the environment and only put out what's really important. So when the person undresses, removing the dirty clothes, putting them in a hamper, so those, the gentleman, the man or woman is not going to put those on again. And instead, put out the clothes maybe on the bed in the order in which they're going to be needed. And again, if the person isn't able to do that by themselves, maybe direct them to put on, put on your shirt, put on your pants in proper order. But again, breaking things down into a set number, a few steps that can be followed.